So this is a movie I watched last night, well, in the early hours of this morning, I should say, and it's called Last Christmas, but I found it very disturbing in the end. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this and you want to watch it, then don't listen to what I'm going to say right now, but I think it's important to say it. Is this person, she is basically off the rails, and she had an illness which she's recovered from, but she's getting drunk and doesn't really care about the employer she works for, and she used to be a singer and tries to audition, and she leaves a shop door open and it gets burgled, and she doesn't get on with her family, and there's lots of other things that is dysfunctional with her, but not just with her, with the whole family. So anyway, to cut a very long story short, this guy turns up in her life and she ends up getting intimate with him and seeing him crop up a lot. But he says he hasn't got a phone, it's locked away in a cupboard. And so he rides on his bicycle and comes to see her at the shop, and he keeps coming to see her, and then all of a sudden he disappears for a couple of days and she can't find him. Right? But the ending's really disturbing, because what you find out at the very end is she goes to where he lived and she can't find him, and then she says to the guy who's showing people around, what happened to this person who was there? And the guy says there's not been anyone who's lived here for months because the previous owner died. And then she realises that the guy she's been seeing is dead, and you find out she had a heart transplant and his heart was transplanted into her. And basically, she's just been seeing him. He's not real. He's dead. So I found it very disturbing, the fact that she's got a dead man's heart and she's seeing him as if she's having a relationship with him, and she's kissing him and everything like that. It's just horrible. I didn't like that in the end. A cynical Londoner's life is turned upside down by a kind-hearted man with a mysterious past. Doesn't say anything in that description about the fact that she had a heart transplant and he was the donor, because he died just as she had to go into hospital to have a heart transplant. So it's really, really kind of not nice. I didn't like it. It really disturbed my mind. I kept thinking about death afterwards later on. It found it really hard. I couldn't really sleep after that. I mean, she turns good because of this guy, because she ends up helping in charity, with homeless people. She ends up collecting money to give to the homeless shelter. So that's kind of the charitable side of her. She repairs the relationships as best she can with her family and her sister and everything. And she puts on a concert for the homeless people and gets people in the community to be among the homeless in the end, so they're all together. But I found it really disturbing that they put her in a romantic relationship with someone who's a figment of her imagination, basically, with the dead man's heart she's got.